Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Made with Love. My name is Heather and I'm in the middle of getting prepped for Christmas dinner tomorrow. Today is December 24th, so it's about 3:45 in the afternoon, so I'm just clearing up my fridge, trying to make room for all my stuff. I've been slicing and prepping everything. And I have this container of mushrooms. It was a big container. It's a 680 gram container. So it'd be like about 1.5 pounds or so of mushrooms. So it fits my whole colander here. I need the room out of my fridge. I also had milk. It was almost empty. I measured, it's actually 4 cups. So I'm just gonna make a quick mushroom soup. So it's just 4 cups of milk. And I'm just gonna add all my mushrooms. I'm just gonna kind of slice them as I throw them in the pot. I just had my knife. This was just a quick last minute thing, so I'm just turn my burner on. I'm just having it on a medium heat. And I'm just kind of slicing up my mushrooms. I'm not too worried because I'm going to be using my immersion blender, but I just needed some room in my fridge. So I just thought, why not? This will be our supper tonight. Just be mushroom soup. Just excuse all the mess all around me. Like I said, I just cleaned up my fridge. Just trying to get all this prep work. I just sliced 4 loaves of bread to make the my stuffing for tomorrow. I'm not making my cornbread and doing all this stuff. I'm just trying to do a very simple, easy Christmas dinner this year. Just kind of chopping these a little bit. I don't need them chopped too much. I love making this type of a mushroom soup. It's just milk and cream. If I had cream, I don't have any cream right now, so it's just a couple cups of milk and mushrooms, and that's basically all it is. I'll probably add a bit of salt and pepper or maybe some other spices near the end, depending on how it's tasting. But like I said, I'll be using my immersion blender, so I just need to get these chopped in here. Actually, more mushrooms than I thought I had. I love fresh mushrooms, but when they just hit a point where they're just too old to really eat them fresh, I love them for soup. You can just barely, don't even really need the knife. I think I could probably cut these with a butter knife. That's how soft they are. If I didn't see them today, within 2 days, I'd have to throw them out. And I feel bad when I, miss produce in my fridge. These got buried behind all my Christmas produce. And it happens every once in a while, you miss stuff in your cupboard, you miss stuff in the pantry, you miss stuff in the fridge, in the freezer, and pretty soon, you're trying for a while, your stuff is all full, and then you're like, oh, that's why. I've got a lot of food that's about to expire. I might as well go do some baking or cooking. Once the milk gets cooking or gets warming up, I'm going to turn this up almost on full, just so the milk can start to get warmed up a little bit faster, and then I'll turn it down, grab the immersion blender, and make a really quick mushroom soup. If I had my onions or anything, I could throw them in here too. If I had any chicken broth or anything like that, that's nice to add too, or other vegetables to make a nice vegetable soup. So I really like to make my mushroom soup, like cream of mushroom soup with real cream. I don't have any cream tonight, because I'm just using what I have on hand, which is the best way to, I always find it's the best way to make anything. Go. Almost got these all chopped up in here. So I'm just starting to milk is starting to boil a little bit. So I'll be back in just a few minutes when it's, when the milk is actually not quite to a boil, because you don't want to scorch the milk. But when it's, when the milk has come closer to a boil or heated up, and it's time to use the immersion blender. All right, so I've just turned it back down to a low medium heat. I'm just gonna give it a stir. I just don't want to burn anything. And I've got my immersion blender. Use this for a couple minutes. It's kind of loud, so I'll be back when I get this all mixed together. All right, I've got it all mixed up really well. And now it's starting to boil, even though I've got it on a low heat. I'm just going to turn the heat off and just going to show you what it looks like. And I will say, homemade mushroom soup never looks the way the canned soup does. And this is actually quite dark because I'm using the brown mushrooms, not white mushrooms. I'm also just using some milk and no cream. And I always find when I use my cream with the white mushrooms, I get a closer color to store-bought mushroom soup. When I use the brown mushrooms or the shiitake mushrooms, I get a much darker soup. And even if I use the dark mushrooms, I find that when I make it with half milk, half cream, it is a lighter color. So I do think the cream does make it lighter. So now I'm just going to grab a little bowl so you can see what it looks like. Maybe I'll just use this sitting beside me, just a little glass cup. Just give it a quick little stir. So you can see the color, it's quite dark. I mean, it's almost the color of like, a little bit darker than like the mushroom soup, like store-bought. There we go. I'm just gonna grab another little spoon so I can taste it. Sorry, my hand is right in the way. I'm just trying to move my camera. Like I've got stuff all over my island and behind me here. I'm just prepping for Christmas dinner tomorrow afternoon, so it's really good mushroom soup. I love making homemade mushroom soup. It does need a little bit of salt and pepper, so I will just add that now. Sprinkle of salt. If it will come out. This happens sometimes. And I seem to be out of pepper on my counter at the moment. I would add salt and pepper, but both jars are actually empty. I didn't realize that. So let's see, what do I have here? I don't know where my stuff is. I guess I'll just use a little bit of Himalayan pink salt. That usually will just help anyways. Do a couple little grinds and just shake some of the salt in my own little dish here and give that a quick stir. Now that's why nothing was coming out. My jars are empty. See, this is what happens when mom gets sick or injured and nobody ever fills anything. All the spice jars become empty because other people will cook and bake, but I'm the one who fills everything up. So let's try it now with a little bit of salt. That is better. We'll need a little bit more salt though, but that is so good. So it's quick and easy. Like I said, I can make soup with just about any vegetable, imaginable. It's just really quick and easy. Mushroom soup for tonight. Seeing how it's Christmas Eve, supper is done, I'll just make a quick garlic bread later tonight, which I just buy those $1 loaves. I don't know where. I know I have one. I just saw it. I was pulling stuff out of my fridge. Just buy those French loaves from Superstore for about $1. I think they actually went up in price. I think they're just like $1 now, but they were like, so. They were like 95 cents or something. Now they're like $1, $1.10, somewhere in that. But still, you know, get the big loaf. I slice it in half, butter and garlic paste, or butter and grated cheese just in the oven on the broiler for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's gonna make a really good quick supper for tonight with the eggnog that I made last night as well. So that's gonna be a really good, easy dinner that we will be having. Excuse me. Chunk of mushroom. Sorry. So again, supper tonight is quick and easy, considering I'll be doing a lot of baking tomorrow. Again, just say Merry Christmas to everybody, and thank you for subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.